But at this moment in time, the most important issue on the regulatory front has to be the Clean Power Plan announced last week by the Environmental Protection Agency, which for the first time cuts carbon pollution from existing power plants. And while I will spare you by not diving into the weeds of the 645-plus page proposal right now, let me say I believe it has the potential to make district energy and CHP a much bigger force across the country. Here are the top 4 things to know about the proposed plan. 1, it fights climate change. It will cut carbon pollution from the power sector 30% by 2030. 2, it protects public health. Power plants are the largest source of carbon pollution in the United States. Although there are limits for other pollutants like arsenic and mercury, there are currently no national limits on carbon. Americans will see significant public health and climate benefits now and for future generations. 3, it's about states leading with proven approaches. States and businesses have already charted a course toward cleaner, more efficient power. The plan doesn't prescribe, instead it propels ongoing progress. 4, it's designed to be malleable and puts states in the driver's seat. With EPA's flexible proposal, states choose the ways we cut carbon pollution so we can still have affordable, reliable power to grow our economy. The proposal is now out for public comment for 120 days. As I review the proposal, I truly believe it could be a breakout moment and one of the most significant federal actions to create markets for district energy. After all, as the power sector transforms to become more efficient in the years ahead, you are ready right now to deliver efficient, reliable electricity and do so at a great value for the consumer. Did the agency get everything in the proposal perfect? No. And I suspect there are going to be some tweaks and modifications that as members of IDEA you will want to see. So another bit of free advice, engage the agency and help them understand your viewpoint. You're pushing on an open door with this administration because they value the role you play and understand well how you can be on the front lines in helping states comply with the emissions reductions. They will be keen to hear what improvements can and should be made before they finalize the rule next June. Outside of the regulatory context, the federal government is working in other ways to expand the role of CHP, particularly in light of what we learned from Hurricane Sandy. As part of the administration's rebuilding strategy report, 2 recommendations were made to bolster CHP. 1, direct recovery investments in resilient energy infrastructure, and 2, promote better state and federal coordination to improve electric grid policies and standards. That brings me to what's happening at the state level, and frankly, it's going to be the new center of gravity on climate issues for the next few years. This is true even though states face some similar challenges as the federal government, namely tight budgets and attacks on clean energy incentives, but there's a key difference. That is, it's much harder for state and local officials to deny the benefits of clean energy, whether it's wind or solar or biofuels or CHP, when it's located in their community and employing people they represent. But even more importantly, states just have more policy levers to work with than the federal government. With respect to EPA's carbon pollution standard, implementation will ultimately be in the hands of each state. Moreover, a total of 47 states across the country have demand-side efficiency programs, and 38 states now have renewable portfolio standards. I recognize that those policies are not always responsive to the unique challenges facing your industry that prevent more widespread CHP deployment. At the same time, and I think you'll agree, it's been encouraging to see a handful of state leaders stepping up and trying to figure out ways to promote district energy. Governor Cuomo's announcement early last year of $20 million for clean energy projects, including CHP, that provide continuous power and heat during grid outages was a great step forward. New Jersey's also now investing in CHP to improve grid reliability. Increasingly, other states are going to follow too. Honestly, I can't underscore enough what an opportunity I see for you on the climate adaptation agenda. Most states don't know what it is or how to define what's important. In many instances, they don't even know what the technologies are. They just know they want reliable energy. And that's where you can come in, not just in terms of defining what's possible, but actually providing the solutions. The task moving forward is to make sure the projects that receive funding become success stories. Success stories that you make sure everyone knows about. So schedule those meetings with state and federal decision makers, get the community involved, hold ribbon cutting ceremonies, take credit shamelessly. Because the more examples you have to point to that embody how district energy is reliable, efficient, and a great value, the more your success will snowball. and you'll have much more leverage to bring about the policy changes that this industry hopes to achieve.